Official person versus person. Well, a lot of people think that this whole idea of person's a bad thing, and the whole idea of an artificial person is a bad thing. And they claim, well, I'm not a person. I don't want to be a person. You can't make me a person. I'm not an artificial person. You can't make me an artificial person. I don't want to be an artificial person. So let's explore the whole idea of person and artificial person. Again, very briefly, there's more information, further in-depth trainings with regards to the history of person. And the biggest concern, again, goes back to the whole idea of Roman civil law versus common law. Person and personhood as a legal status is a Roman civil law issue. And within the Roman civil law, where slavery was a part of the day-to-day life, it was a particular status within society. Persons within society had a different status or condition, legally speaking. They're all men and women, but within society, within that legal system, they were playing the game where one person was better or higher on the status rung than the other, and so they had different types of persons for those different types of conditions. And an artificial person literally is any person within any legal system. As I addressed in the introduction, a man is outside any legal system, or a woman is outside of any legal system, and that's the sovereign. And then you have any type of legal system in common law. You will have a person. The man and woman become a person, private person in common law, natural person in civil law, and then the artificial person. They're all artificial persons, but the big one is then corporations after that. So again, if you're stepped into civil law with regards to any of your actions, you have reduced your status and condition from a private person to a different level of artificial person with reduced status and reduced liabilities. Now, the way the legal system within the Roman legal process defined within writing which type of person they were dealing with was something called capitis diminutio. It is effectively a loss of status. It comes directly out of Roman civil law, and it's defined within Black's fourth dictionary, fourth edition law dictionary, that what the different levels are. And again, very briefly, the minima version, capitis diminutio minima, looks like this: John Doe with the first letter capitalized. Now, big, can I make a point here? Big misunderstanding a lot of people have is that this is not a distinguishment with regards to spelling. This is a distinguishment with regards to style. So whenever people say, I don't want my name spelled with all those uppercase letters, that is wrong. It is incorrect. It is, I don't want my name styled with all those capital letters. Style, style, style. And I make a point of this because I was in front of a judge one day arguing the style of my name, and I said, would you invite the Crown to change the style of the name on the information from upper and lower case to from full uppercase to upper and lower case? The judge turned to the Crown and said, would you be willing to change the spelling of the name? And the Crown just smiled and said, no, I think we'll leave it as it is. And I didn't catch the change that the judge made from my request for changing the style to changing the spelling. And spelling is changing the type of letter, and style is the style of the letter. And so again, this is a big difference. If you're in court and you're asking for the wrong thing, you're getting nowhere. It also proves you don't understand the process, which gives them the ability to move forward because you're not asking for the right thing. So there's my big pitch on style versus spelling. The media level is this: John Doe with a full name styled with all uppercase letters. And the maxima is John Doe, all letters, full uppercase. And this is how they distinguish on paperwork, because the Roman civil law system works on paperwork. Everything is represented through paper. Paper is their god, and everything goes down on paper. There's always a record. And so this is how they recognize who's coming before the court based on the paperwork and how it's represented in the name. Now, a lot of people go, well, I've heard judges say capitis diminutio doesn't mean anything. It's irrelevant. Well, yes and no. If they're dealing with information, which is a charging document, with a full uppercase name and or last name full uppercase, and the individual coming before the court has not claimed a common law status, then it is still a valid issue. But if the person coming before the court is claimed a common law status and the court recognizes the common law status name, you're now into common law, and therefore the Roman civil law style no longer applies. The Roman civil law rules only apply when you have a Roman civil law action. So capus diminutio applies with every Roman civil law action and not to common law actions. So everything comes down to this legal capacity, which is a separate concept from the legal status, which I also want to clarify. Legal status is which are you coming into us with. Are you a private person or an artificial person? Are you a legal representative of some type, which means that you're no longer operating in your private capacity, but you're now operating in some type of representative capacity, a different status. Now, a private person has unlimited capacity, whereas a corporate artificial person of some form other than a private person has limited legal capacity. Corporations have limited legal capacity. So status and capacity are two different things. Status is what you have based on the system, and capacity is what you can do with what you have. So a private person has unlimited capacity, they can do anything. And a lower level status person has their capacity limited by the statute that created them. So again, a difference between status and capacity. Personal relationships. So everything is related to your status and your capacity that you have either agreed to or not agreed to through any applications, licenses, permits, etc. within the Roman civil law system. So see some downloads. There'll be a few downloads there with regards to this issue and help you along. And again, there's more advanced training on this as you get further down